da-di-da. How is everyone doing this evening? First of all, hello, Moonlight Adventures. Thank you so much for trying to work in our schedule with yours. I don't even understand how that happened, but we really appreciate it. We love watching you guys, so thank you, Josh and Chastity. I need to fix this real quick. Let me know that you can hear us, first of all. Your drinks sound amazing. We are drinking just boring old vodka
soda.
Yeah, but we do have really cool little glasses. We actually got them on the Mardi
Gras. They're the Red Frog Tiki Bar.
Yeah.
Glasses.
They actually sold out of them, and what happened? What was the story with that? Right?
They left me and they got them for me anyway. Because I asked very nicely.
Yeah. So they had like the ones that were on display in the case or whatnot outside the tiki bar.
But that's
right?
locked. But I asked for it and they were sold out.
Yeah.
And I think I asked like early in the cruise and was like, oh, I'll get them next time. And then when I asked them, like when I wanted them later in the cruise, they were like, oh, we're sold out. And they're like, and the case is locked, so we can't even give you those. And then later on, I went, and the bartender had them for me, and
yeah, and they gave it to us for free.
They ended up just giving it to us. It was really very nice of them, and
it was awesome.
Yeah,
so the only problem with these glasses is like they're very short. So like I feel like they're for like just liquor, and so we have to like refill them every second. Hey Meg, thank you so much for joining. Sorry, I ignored the comments real quick. Loud and clear. Hey Tony, welcome. Have luggage, will travel. I literally love the channel name, but I always confuse the words, so I always I feel like I'm dyslexic. Actually, I'm pretty sure I know I'm dyslexic because I confuse everything, especially numbers, but I always flop your name. But then when I read it, like actually, I'm like, oh, it's so good.
It's a good name.
Yeah, it's amazing. But thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We absolutely loved your show, Josh and Amanda, the other day. I was dying laughing because you guys have such a great personality too. I miss Josh and Chastity, Moonlight Adventures. I don't know if you guys follow them at all, but they just got back from the Magic recently and got sick when they got back. So I haven't been on in a minute, or at least I haven't seen them on, but we're looking forward to their show. They're on Sundays on live. Let's see who else we have in the chat. Oh, Courtney, hey, how are you? Thank you so much for joining. We have Jamie in the house, Kevin, Tim, hello to everyone. So tonight of course, we were trying to figure out like what schedule worked the best, and because summer is so chaotic, last weekend we were thinking Saturdays worked, but then it didn't really, so I think Friday is our night now. We'll see what happens, but tonight we had some questions prepared for everyone, and then we would chime in and answer questions ourselves, and then we also had a couple topics to bring up. But it was a crazy week in the cruise industry, especially with Carnival specifically. There was, Costa by Carnival happening. You had the Costa Luminosa now coming over to Carnival. You had the big boulder that hit Skagway Pier, which was absolutely insane, which I think is going to affect our cruise. I'm not exactly sure, but
I've heard mixed things, so.
Yeah, they said, I think Quantum of the Seas, which is of course Royal Caribbean, they had to skip port, or they didn't even try, but I think maybe their ship was just too large to dock in the specific area, and so one of the smaller Crystal ships, I believe, was able to dock there. So we'll have to see how that affects our Alaska cruise, but either way, it's fine. I mean, if we miss, it stinks, but they'll figure it out.
We don't have anything booked there right now. We're hoping to do the dog sledding there. The summer camp, but we don't have it booked yet.
Yeah.
And we could do that somewhere else.
Yeah, we could do that in June, right?
But we have other excursions.
Yeah, but I think
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Everything's up in the air at the moment. So, let's see. We have thank you. We'll appreciate it. Just try to be us. Carnival making all kinds of noise. Yeah, you're exactly right. Kenny, thank you so much for joining. First time on your live. Oh, the Moonlight Adventure sent me here. Thank you so much for joining, Kenny. I've seen you. Actually, I saw you for the very first time on the Moonlight Adventure charity YouTube live, and when you were so generous with your donation, and I was like, oh, I got to get to know this guy. But every time you're on, unfortunately, I think it's either earlier in the day or later in the day, and I always miss you, but I'll make it a point to come see y'all. Let's see. We've got, oh, Howie Cruz. Hey guys, checking in from New Jersey. Just got off Oasis. Wow, that's amazing. We have not been on Oasis. We've heard amazing things. We did Adventure of the Seas and had a really great time. I think I was on the Parkers on the Go last night saying how much we enjoyed the Adventures of the Sea because it was last July and the ship was literally like a ghost ship. It was absolutely insane because it was like, I think it fits like 3,800 people. It's kind of like similar to the Carnival Dream as far as like size goes, but there was, I think, less than 1,100 people, if I can remember correctly, on the ship, and you would literally like walk for 30 minutes and not see anyone, like crew, guests, no one. It was so like creepy, but also like really cool experience, and like the intimacy. Yeah, there we go. With the with the crew was just absolutely amazing as well, especially with Rhett, because of course he was with us. He was 4 years old at the time, and like, of course they treat children, you know, amazingly, but since he was like the only kid on the ship, it was just that much better. But hopefully you guys had an amazing time on Oasis. You guys got to tell us all about it, because one of these days we do want to see that ship. We saw it
from the Adventures of the Seas
on
4th of July when they did that like fireworks from Coco Cay.
Yeah, so like Carnival did the celebration this past March, right? And so we always told the people that were on the celebration about the Royal Caribbean meetup at not Half Moon, Coco Cay, because it was very similar. And you had Oasis, you had, I think, I can't even remember. There was like 5 or 6 different ships. We have the video on the channel, but it was absolutely amazing. And the fireworks going off, it was really a cool experience. I don't know if they do that every year or if it was just like
they should.
A COVID thing. Cool. You guys might know. If you know, let us know. But I feel like they need to do that every single year because it was spectacular. The celebration too. I told Michelle, I was like, Carnival should literally do this every year on their birthday, or at least like every 5 years or something like that, like make it special. But all right, let me go back to the chat real quick. All right, so hello, Meg. Thank you so much for being here. You are absolutely amazing. I love chatting with you. In like every live, you're there, so it's just awesome to see your name. Kathy, okay, so Little Man, unfortunately, he was beat. Yeah, so
I can't see the comment.
He appeared for a minute last weekend, but this weekend, Michelle actually took him to the beach for a little bit while I ran some errands and did work. And then we went to the pool after that, and he ended up like cutting his leg and something else, and he needed to go to bed. It was absolutely bedtime. Like, he couldn't even function anymore. He was basically falling asleep at the table.
It was fun, but it was a long day.
Yeah.
Beach and pool in one day is...
It's hard to tire him out, though. So you know when he's tired, like, it's time for him to go to bed. Because that kid is 7:30 in the morning. He's up and at 'em, and he does not drop for a second until it's ready for bed. So... let's see. We are going. Where's Little Man? We are going. We're coast. Oh, awesome! Sorry, I should read it out loud. I'm like reading it to myself. So they're going with at Howie Cruise. We are co-hosting the cruise with them. So I know you guys said you were going on like a group cruise. I keep forgetting exactly when that is. You'll have to remind me, but we would be definitely interested, depending on time of year, because. I don't know if you guys know, but Michelle works in the school system, and then of course Rhett is in school, so it just would have to work during one of those times. But we are always interested in cruising. It doesn't matter what brand, what ship, where out of. We're just we always have our eyes open,
Yeah.
looking for the next cruise. Hey guys, just saw you were in here. What's up? We're trying to pull it off. Maybe tough with the kids. Yeah. Hey Arc Adventures, thank you guys so much for joining. We have been chatting up with them. They were actually our very first guinea pig YouTube live co-host. Is that what you would call it? But we had so much fun talking with them. That was what, 2 weekends ago, something like that. I had a blast. I felt like I was just hanging out with 2 friends and Michelle. No, just kidding. But it was a great time. We have to do it again immediately. So whenever you guys are free, you let us know, and we are always down for it. May 20th to the 28th, 2023, out of Miami. That's like towards the end of
That's
your
right
year.
around the last week of school, but we're looking to do that year round, so my schedule might change. I don't know.
Okay, so we're gonna put that in our notes, and if doable, we'll circle back to it. There's a couple of 20th to the 28th. What ship out of Miami? I would imagine it's Carnival, but just let us know what ship.
It's in here.
Hey ST Adventures. First of all, I did it again. I'm so dyslexic. SCT. Greg and Felicia, thank you for joining. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Kara gets married tomorrow, right? Is that it, or is it today?
It's this weekend.
Anyway, tell her congratulations. If it's tonight, I have no idea why you're here, but I feel like it's tomorrow. Let's see. We are honored to be live with you. We do think of you as close friends. That's absolutely amazing. We have to meet up either before our next cruise or definitely figure out when you guys are going. Well, we know you guys are going soon on a couple of ships, but I don't think those are unfortunately going to work with us, but we'll figure it out along the way. All right, so we had a couple of questions we can get into, and we'll answer along with you guys. But the first question I wanted to ask was, there's a lot of I keep shaking it. There's a lot of OBC, obviously, onboard credit that's floating around from canceled cruises and things like that. So hypothetically, if you had $200 of onboard credit, you had to spend it before your cruise was over, where would you spend it? Would it be like the casino, drinks, spa day, shore excursion? Let me know. What's your answer? Where would you spend it?
Oh, I go first?
Yeah.
Probably the spa.
The spa.
I'll probably get a massage.
What massage?
Depends. It depends because the
It
hot
depends
stones
how you're
is-
hurting.
Yeah, the hot stones is really good. It's really relaxing. But
Yeah.
then, like, if you're hurting, deep tissue is really good.
Yeah.
If you're really, really, really hurting, the bamboo is.
The bamboo is.
They beat you up for like an hour with
It's
the
so
bamboo stick.
painful, but it's
so
good.
good.
It's like
Afterwards.
I want the abuse.
Yeah,
We actually really didn't ever get massages until recently, really, because we had so much onboard credit that we were like trying to burn through it. Like I think of the one cruise we had like $1,100 or $1,200 of onboard credit, and we're like, what are we gonna spend it on? So we ended up getting.
Yeah, it was a time where. With like bubble tours, and
Yeah.
you couldn't use it before. Like
That's
so, it
right,
was a
too.
time where we had to be on a bubble tour. They were sold out.
That we
So
already had.
each went to the spa twice, and
Yeah.
it was kind of nice.
It
It was.
was absolutely
We
fantastic.
didn't get off the ship at all, but I mean the spa was nice. It was still a great trip.
It's basically its own vacation anyway.
Yeah.
I would probably spend it on tips because that's what I do anyway. I'm so bad at. So like we typically will get the drink package. This Alaska cruise, we're not sure what to do because again we're going for 20 days and we have so much activities and hiking and different things going on, and it's gonna be a different crowd. Like
I don't think it's gonna be a party crowd.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
So we keep like going back and forth. Like, should we not? Is it gonna be a waste? But typically on like a Caribbean cruise that's like 7 or 8 days or whatnot, we always get the drink package, but we always get it beforehand because of course you save the money. But I always feel bad when I get a drink on the drink package and then you don't, like, I know the tips when you prepay the drink package goes to everybody, but I just feel bad, like the person in front of me making the drinks and was like, typically it's the same person that keeps making my drinks because we're like creatures of habit, right? Like we keep going back to the same people.
Person,
And like we find somebody that has a good personality and that, you know, we can talk to. And so I always feel so bad, like just signing like zero. So I'm notorious for leaving an insane amount of tips. And like, it's great because the crew's amazing, but at the end of the day, it's a big bill as well. So, but anyway, that's where I would. Let me read back some answers. Sorry, I scrolled up too much. I think I lost pace. Okay, 8-day today. Okay, so Amanda and Josh are going on the Carnival celebration to the ABC Islands. We absolutely love that cruise, and we really want to go, obviously, on the celebration. So
that's the May 20th to 28th.
Yeah.
Put it in there.
Let's see. Drink. Okay, so Josh and Chastity for Moonlight said drink package or excursions for us. Jamie said spa day, so he agrees with you. Ark said we probably do the spa or drink package. You know we like our bars. Absolutely. We know we'll find you most likely at Alchemy or maybe Fortune Teller. SCT, yes, tomorrow for Kara. We appreciate it jumping off, but want to say, thank you so much, Greg and Felicia, for joining. You enjoy the weekend. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and she's going to look beautiful for the wedding tomorrow. Arc Adventures says, yes, it hurts so good. How we cruise. Take the credit to the casino and put it in the slots. Take one pull, then cash out. Voila, cash in hand. Yeah, that's a great... we need to do that.
That's what people say, but I think... I don't know. We tried it the one time, but we couldn't... Like, they knew that it was onboard credit, and I don't know. We don't gamble, I guess, enough to know, like, the system.
Yeah, I always get nervous
the way it works. Not the system, but just how it works. Like,
we always get nervous in the casino, like we're, like, still underage, and we don't belong there, because we don't know, like, especially with the card tables and stuff, and, like, everyone's so serious, and we're like, yeah, I'm not that serious. And like, they're...
And I'm like...
And I know, I understand it's money and, like, it's stressful and fun and all that, but we are not meant for the casino at all. Like, it's just not our spot.
I was just thinking of the one time when I don't even know what you were playing with our friends, and I think I had my hand on the table, and the guy, like, stopped the guy who ran
I thought
the game,
he was
like,
gonna
stopped
smack
it,
you.
and he's, like, fussing, and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And it was because I had my hand on the table, but I didn't. So yeah, the casino makes me a little nervous because I just don't. Well, I just stand there and I'm like, I don't know how to behave.
Yeah. And we typically go in and we're like already, you know, being silly and stuff. So it's not our place, but that's okay. Let's see. We have I gotta read them out loud again. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, ahoy, Captain Billy! Thank you so much for joining. We gotta remain on his good side.
What happens if you're not on his good side?
Him and Greg are frenemies, as they like to call it, but I always joke around because we're tight. Kathy said casino, great. Kathy, what is your game? Do you play slots or cards or those quarter things that, like, I always get excited about?
Roulette, right? That's the one I...
No,
is it roulette that I play?
Yeah, roulette is what we played last time. Because we got the $25 chip. Well, you can do the $25 chip or
I won.
The $25 credit to your sailing sign because they didn't have the casino pole. Is that what it was?
Something like that.
And so Michelle did really good. She didn't listen to me, which was great. And I think you bet like red or black.
It was like even in red or something. You're like, that's what you're gonna do. And then again, I'm so like, wait, is that not?
Well, yeah, because I would have just been like, all right, bet on my favorite numbers, and then I would have lost everything. So we ended up winning.
I won like $300
off of $50 of free play. So yeah,
I was happy.
I was happy too.
But again, that's why we don't belong. Like, most people are like, no, that's when you have to stay and keep gambling. I'm like, no, I'm happy.
Okay, so How We Cruise said they'll take us to the craps table. That is the table that scares me more than any table in the entire casino because there is so. It's that big one where there's like
Is that the one where
1,000.
you roll the dice?
Yeah.
And like all the movies?
Yeah.
And like you have to get the 7 or
like
whatever.
in that one movie that we always watch. But
Okay.
anyway. There's so many symbols and numbers and
that's
colors.
what I got yelled at for putting my hand on the table.
They have the hook with the dice and things. I have no idea
I'm
what's
pretty sure
going
that's
on.
the one I had my hand on the table and I got yelled at for because I was just standing there and it was just resting.
Oh, I know. It was absolutely
going to cruise
insane.
jail.
Let's see. What's trying to have to start together for. Oh yeah, so I forgot that you guys are starting the wrestling live stream. I'm actually really interested in it. I haven't watched wrestling in a long time, but I used to be a really big fan back in the day. So maybe you guys can talk about some classic stuff and I'll get really excited. So Andy split red. Oh, so Andy spilt red wine all over the blackjack table because he's clumsy, and they were so nice as we were embarrassed. Wow, I feel like I would be like stabbed, like shanked, like 20 times if I would do that. But that's good to know. So there are nice people in there. Poor Andy drops or spills everything. That's all right.
It's me too.
Yeah, we're both clumsy, but she's definitely clumsier, like 1,000%. Poor Rhett, like he's falls over his feet. He's literally walked into the wall and like he's not even looking down. Like we have certain points in our house that like jet out a little bit, and like if you're not paying attention, like you can like hit your shoulder. But like he literally walked head first into it, had a big old knock on his head. All right, so. Hey Jim B, hi from San Antonio. That's awesome. So where is everybody from? I know a few people are located. We're in South Carolina. The weather has been brutal, but the last 2 days or so hasn't been that bad.
Nice.
Yeah, we need rain.
Only like 90,
bad.
not bad.
Yeah, the beginning of the week it was like 105 or 110 heat index. It was absolutely insane, but okay, so Don is from Tennessee. Oh, Louisiana. I don't think we've ever been to Louisiana, have we?
I don't think so.
We have to go though. It sounds like a fun state. It sounds like a party state. Like when I think of Louisiana, I just think of like people having fun. I don't know. It might just be me, but yes, Moonlight, VA Beach. We have not been to Virginia Beach in a long time.
Yeah.
But we had it. We enjoyed it. We have a few friends that live in near Richmond, not in Richmond, but
yeah, my brother's in Chesterfield.
and where's Jared? Do you remember?
He's in Richmond.
Oh, is he?
No,
He's like
he
right
may
in.
moved. I don't know.
New Jersey. Oh, North Carolina. Oh wait, you say damn autocorrect. New Jersey. Well, either way, I'm excited. We actually moved from North Carolina. Oh well, originally I'm from New Jersey. She's from Long Island, but we moved to North Carolina when we first started seeing each other because that's where she got her degree. So we both. Oh, I love New Jersey. I don't know about her.
We won't go there. No, it's fine.
We love South Carolina, though. We have really good friends that live outside of Columbia. Oh, really cool. Yeah, we go to Columbia every now and then because they have the really big zoo there that we took Rhett for his 3rd birthday. I think it was his 3rd.
I think it's 3rd.
And then I used to go for work when I worked as a general manager at like a furniture store. We would always have our like regional meetings or whatever out in Columbia. It stinks to drive to, but it's really kind of far and like off the beaten track from because we're right outside of Myrtle Beach, so it's kind of a drag to get there. Where in New Jersey? So I used to live in Bergen County, a small town called Fairlawn. It's closest.
It's funny that you call that a small town. Yeah, and when you're speaking in Jersey terms.
Well,
then
yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah.
It really is a small town. But if you know where like Patterson is, it's like right next door. That's probably a more popular one. Where are you guys from? Central, North, or South Jersey? Modesto Beach, South Carolina is one of our favorite spots. We have actually never been to Modesto, but we have to go. I watched your video, Josh and Chastity, and it looked absolutely amazing. But like we're like 5-10 minutes from the beach. Well, I would say 10 minutes to the beach, 5 minutes to the Intercoastal Waterway. So it's hard to travel anywhere like especially to another place in South Carolina or North Carolina for that, or Georgia, honestly, because we have a beautiful beach within 10 minutes of us. Like, they just went to the beach today, and like they went for what, three hours or so?
A couple hours.
Yeah, and then we're back.
Cool. Like
and it's it's a state park beach, so it's clean. They've got the facilities, and you have to pay to get in there, or you can get the pass. So it's like mostly locals, which is nice too, but it is hard. But we live, your brother got married in Outer Banks, North Carolina, which was really, I didn't like getting a ticket when I was there, but it was very beautiful. Let's see, we have been, so Amanda and Josh have been to that zoo in Columbia several times. It's really nice. It's big, and it's not too expensive, which is really good. Minneapolis, Monopolis. Try the world's largest mall is where I live. Cruises are a must in January, where the high is -10 and the low is -30. I think I just died a little bit. So, originally from New York and New Jersey, but we are definitely like South Carolina blood now. Like, if it drops below 65, the heater is on in my car, and I'm not ashamed to admit it at this point. Like, we...
Sea warmer? Yes!
The only reason we have winter jackets now is because we're going to Alaska in 18 days, but other than that...
I've always had one. But I've had mine from...
You have yours from, like, when you were in high school or whatever, so...
And I've used it a handful of times.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
The high is
like,
-10.
You just go out and, like, your face freezes,
you
right?
You just don't go out.
Like, all the moisture on you just freezes. Oh, I mean, I hear Minnesota is absolutely breathtaking, and they have like some of the best like scenery in the United States. So one day, I mean, the summer's got to be nice, right?
It'd be like winter weather for us.
Yeah. Let's see. Josh, love you too. I subscribe to and cannot get enough of your channel. Thank you so much, Joseph. Sorry, again, dyslexic. I'm trying to read and talk at the same time, and it's just not working, as you can see. Let's see. That's how we are in Florida. Andy will have a tank on, and I have the heated seats on. I'm 100% with you on that. All right, let's get to the next question real quick. I think I'm caught up on the chat. Let me know if I missed any. I do apologize. I'm trying to multitask by talking and reading, and it's just not working. All right, so the next question I have is, what ship that you are not currently booked on, so it could be Carnival, could be another cruise line, but like intrigues you the most? Like, if you could book it today at no cost and could leave, like, what's the ship that is like, wow, I really want to go on that ship? Or maybe it's a cruise brand or whatever the case is, but if money was not a cost and you just wanted to try it, like, what's the ship or cruise line that you would be going on? And I don't even know the ship's name, but I know the ship's name. I don't know how to say the ship's name, and I have two. So the first one...
Do you not know how to say either one of them?
I don't know how to say either one of them, no. And I'm going to butcher both of them. But the one of them is the MSC Mergaville, something Mergaville, something like that. But I really like the MSC concept of the ships. They look stunning. That ship in particular is one of the like nicer ships that I've seen. I don't know what they're all about, but if it was free and I could just hop on and try it, I would absolutely try to do something like that. What about you? Any ones that you have in mind?
I don't. I mean, if it's free, I would like to say maybe I'd try one of the the Royal Caribbean ones, just to see what they're about.
Well, we've been on Royal Caribbean.
But like one of the bigger, I don't know.
Oh,
like one of the ones that has all like the.
Well, the one
The
I think
things.
is the Wonder of the Seas just came out, which is like their.
You see, then I say
newest.
that, and I'm like, but the Mardi Gras was so big that when we were on the Mardi Gras, I was like, I'm ready for a smaller ship.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to try like the Odyssey.
And
The
see, I
Wonder
don't know,
is like in the
specifically
same.
which one each has. I just know they have different amenities. Okay, so that's I guess where it is. If it's free, I would try something different.
I would be
See
down
what's
to
about.
even try like. I mean, I would be down to try any of them,
Yeah.
of course, but.
I'm not gonna say no to a free cruise.
Yeah.
I mean,
Honestly, I would say my first thought was like Disney because it's so dang expensive and we could take
That's
rent,
true.
and if it was free, I'd be like, let's do it. That would be my first thought. You shaking a bit.
sorry.
All right, let's read a little bit though. Let's see. We got some good answers. Viking or Disney, hands down. From Arc, Don said Mardi Gras, awesome. I didn't even think about Viking, but those river cruises look
Yeah.
absolutely amazing, and they have. I think they just came out with a new Viking ship as well, if I'm not mistaken. But honestly, I don't follow Viking all that much, just because I know it's way out of our budget. So it's like, I mean, I guess you could dream, but it's gonna be a little while for that dream to happen. But a lot of Viking from Kevin through Europe sounds amazing. Don said the I don't know how to say it, but that's the ship that I was talking about, Don. Howie Cruise toss up between Odyssey and Wonder of the Seas. Yes. Amanda and Josh. Where did you go? Celebrity for Josh and I. This is Amanda now. Joseph said Jubilee or Celebration. Great answers. Howie Cruise Disney Dream. I think that's the newest Disney that just came out like this week. Looks amazing. I'm pretty sure that's that. Jamie said Viking. You guys would love any of the Oasis class ships. Oh, I'm sure we absolutely would. Moonlight is sailing on the Symphony of the Seas on September 17th. Oh, very cool. I'm very interested to see those videos. Where is that at? Is that out of Bayonne, New Jersey? I think Symphony's out of
I have
Bayonne.
no idea.
I've never traveled out of Bayonne. But
I think so. I think my
I think-
parents are going on that one actually.
Yeah, not
It's
that
only-
week, but yeah.
Not that week, but
Yeah.
it's only gonna be their third cruise. So
Let's see. Sorry, I got caught up. Meg said German river cruise. That would be absolutely amazing. You'd love Independence of the Seas, Royal Caribbean. I heard MSC is beautiful, but many people said the food is not the best. Maybe do your research. They don't carry as much American food. Yeah, it would definitely be like out of my element because I heard like the pools are a little bit different set up. They're like super deep, so they're not like kid friendly. Food is different. The entertainment is a lot different because it's a lot of like European style. But I'm down for that. I mean, as long as like my mindset is like expecting a certain thing, then I'm totally fine. I'm just there to experience it and have a good time. But let's see. Oh, hey Blaine and Mallory, how are you this evening? Together with Chavel, hello. The Wish. Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you. The Wish is Disney's newest. Very good. The Dream is what we saw in Nassau. Yeah. Sorry, I messed that up. Oasis is out of Bayonne. Super easy port. Okay. Cool. Because we were actually looking at a couple of cruises. We were. Michelle's family has a place up in Connecticut, and we were trying to like coordinate if we could see them and like take a cruise while we were up there. So we were looking at like New York on the Magic, and then I think there was 2 Royal Caribbean out of Bayonne, and then there was a Norwegian. And anyway, it didn't work out obviously because we're not going to be able to do that. but we were looking for a minute there. CME has sailed with MSC and they love it. Their biggest tip to remember is they are a European cruise line. The foods include the service based on European standards and can be different. Yeah, I totally get that. And I mean, just from like their website, it kind of looks that way. But again, I think it would just be a cool experience, and like their prices are very similar to Carnival, which is again, something that we look at when we're booking cruises. Of course, it all comes down to the price, but Arc Adventures got to get going, packing us the pups for the 16-hour drive to Florida tomorrow, bright and early. Good to see you guys. Have an amazing evening and drive safe. That is a long road. I don't know exactly where you guys are going, but yeah, either way, safe travels. All right, next question we have is, when we book a cruise, it usually comes down to price, itinerary, port we leave from, and what else would you say?
Well, first it's the time. It's the time of year.
Oh yeah,
Because
of course.
that's where.
Yeah. Of course, it's the time of year because of course work schedules.
Yeah, it's when I have off a week already, or if I have like a long weekend and we can kind of squeeze one in somewhere. And,
yeah. And then we
so
have,
that's where we start. We start with like the week. So I wish Carnival had a thing on their website like instead of
yes, absolutely.
I love it. Their website could use some updating. I wish you could pick the week that you need to go. There's a lot that I wish I could fix on the website, but that's where we always started.
Just the even Expedia and Priceline have it where you can customize the date. So like, this is the day that you can leave from. This is the day that you need to return. Go and like.
Is it flexible? Yes or no?
Yeah,
like,
I don't understand why the Carnival or I don't think any of the cruise websites, because I've looked on I think Royal and Norwegian as well, and like none of them have it. It's like it's the simplest thing, but it would make everyone's lives so much easier, because then I'm grabbing a notepad and I'm like writing them out, and then I get confused because I write the same one like multiple times and just
I
get
usually end up
confused, so.
screenshotting them.
Yeah.
Because it's a pain, because when you click on the cruise and then you click back, it brings you like back to the top of the list.
Yeah.
You gotta go all the way down.
Well, that, and it doesn't show you like the sold out cruises, and I understand they don't show you the sold out cruises because they're sold out, but they could become available if somebody doesn't pay or somebody cancels, and like it would be nice to see the date and itinerary and all that, but anyways, back to the question at hand was what?
There were, I can't read it though. It's too far for me.
Sorry. Let me go. Oh yeah. No. Speaking of price, I think that has kept us from booking a Disney cruise. Yup. Absolutely. Plus, the Disney cruises are always like 3 nights, or I mean, some of them are like 7, which is cool, but then they're like $1 billion. Obviously over exaggerating, but they're very expensive.
Give or take.
Give or take about $1 billion. Let's see. We were just debating this. Price is number 1, but what's more important, the itinerary or the ship? So I would say it's hard.
It's hard. So that's where we always go down to is we'll pick look at the week we can go, see what's leaving. And then, over spring break, I think it was, is where we were debating. It was 6 nights on the Magic to these islands, or 7 nights on the Mardi Gras to these islands. And so that's where we sit there and we weigh,
Yeah, honestly, I think length is more important next. For us, after the time, because obviously we got to work within our schedules, but after that, I think it's the length and price. That's one category.
Yeah,
so
okay,
it's
you get an extra day.
if you can do 8 nights
more.
for $100 more than 7 nights, then yeah, 8 nights it is. So, and then I think itinerary and ship are very close too. But I would have to say if it's a new ship that just came out, I'd probably lean towards the ship. But if it was
But if it was a really good itinerary on an older ship,
yeah.
I'd probably go for the itinerary.
And it's, if we haven't been there before, that's
Yeah.
a bigger thing too, because we've done a lot of, especially Carnival cruises, so the itineraries have basically been the same since we started. So we've gone to the same places many, many times, which, we still love to do, and there's still something to explore. But if there's a cruise that does happen to go to a place that we haven't been, then that usually is the forefront of our decision. So, because it's always fun to explore a different area, of course, or a area like Costa Maya, which we hadn't been since 10, 12 years, because we've had a couple of cruises to Costa Maya, but it got canceled because it was too windy at the port or whatever the case was. So we're like, oh, it's basically a port that we haven't been to because it's been so long, and that was after the hurricane, that massive hurricane hit it. So like everything was completely different. So there's a lot of factors to determining, like, obviously what ship, but it's also who can come with us too, and that's a big factor, because I don't know about you guys, but we've met so many people. Of course, me and Michelle met on a cruise. I'm sure most of you know that, but we have met so many friends that we still like vacation with, cruise with, go to their house, they come to our house with, and it's funny because I say that all the time. People are like, "Oh, you'll never see those people again." And a lot of times, the cruise director will say, "Like, dance and let it all loose because you'll never see these people again." I'm like, "Well, actually," but I mean, chances are you probably won't see 99%.
Most of them,
yeah, we've met some amazing people on cruises, which brings us to our next question. Have you guys met anybody on a cruise, and do you still keep up with them? Have you gone to different places with those people before? Because I mean, I'm gonna read them. Because we've, literally, we've been to Florida, Connecticut, Vermont, Galveston.
We've had a few people come to Myrtle Beach and wanting to meet up. They were vacationing here.
Yeah.
So
they weren't like here to see us, but they were
really...
here, and they're like, "Hey, are you guys around?" And we're like, "Yeah, absolutely." Yeah. So I think it was last Halloween actually that we met up with them. But it's so amazing. Like the biggest thing is
that's right. And we had those other people. They came to our house.
Which ones? I can't remember.
Amanda and. This was like when Rhett was. Did they? I don't remember.
Oh yeah, Amanda and Sean. Yeah.
She was maybe. I don't remember if she was pregnant or if they had their son yet.
Yeah,
that's funny though. I forgot about that because that's so long ago too.
Yeah.
I think they vacationed here. Sorry, you said how that's what made me think of that.
No, that's great. And everybody that has never cruised before, they're like, well, why do you prefer cruising over all-inclusive? And we've done quite a few all-inclusives, and honestly, it's still fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I still go on all-inclusive or whatnot. Now, having a 5-year-old, we definitely lean towards cruises just because there's so much more to do for him, plus daycare. But my answer is always like, on an all-inclusive, like, yeah, you can have fun with your family and this and that, and, beautiful beach, beautiful resort, but at the end of the day, if you start talking to somebody and like really kind of like connect and become friends on an all-inclusive or wherever you are, like their vacation can end literally the next morning and yours just started, or vice versa. Whereas cruising, you're all on this journey together. You can start the moment you book the cruise, whether you get on Facebook groups, look for your sailing date, start chatting, interacting with those people. Everybody's excited because obviously they're all going on the same cruise. You can have Zoom calls with those people like we have. We did that with the Mardi Gras, I believe, for the New Year's Eve cruise this past year. We started chatting on Zoom.
It's like a happy hour every Friday.
So for like 4 or 5 weeks before the cruise, we got to talk, basically face to face with these people. So when we got on the cruise, we were like all really close already. We knew each other's names, and it just made it that much easier. But you're all starting the journey together. You're all finishing the journey together, and it may be a little different along the way, but that's what's so great about it. So that's that's what we truly love about it. Let me get to the comment section though, because I know I've been blabbing for like 10 minutes now. So I apologize. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. Okay, so ARC is getting going, so we read that. We were just painting this. Okay. No, I know. I'm trying to like catch up. Kenny said, I can't wait to experience my first group cruise in October. Going on the Carnival Horizon out of Miami, going to Bonaire, Aruba, Amber Cove, and La Ramon. That is an amazing itinerary. You're going to have a great time. We did the back-to-back Horizon last July. It's a beautiful ship. And leaving out of Miami, Kenny, is probably one of our favorite ports to leave from because unlike Port Canaveral, which Port Canaveral is beautiful too, and it's very easy, but Miami, you have an actual like runway for the cruise ship, so you get like time to enjoy
saying goodbye to everybody on land.
Just the beautiful scene of Miami as you're passing by and literally waving away all your problems, on your voice. So you're gonna have an amazing time. Really cool. October is gonna be good too because it's not gonna be like insanely hot in those islands and at sea. So I'm really looking forward to seeing your experience on the first cruise. I'm all about like reactions, for first time things, and cruising is absolutely on the top of that list. So you're gonna have to do lots of photos and videos, please, and thank you. It's what I do. Let me do all the legwork. Price is a huge thing for me as well, so I choose Carnival all the way. Right there with you, Joseph. You're gonna have a great time. You need at least a 7-day cruise. By the time you get familiar with staff and ship, if you go going on anything private. Yeah, exactly, Blaine. Like, we do the 4 or 5 night ones if we have to, like if that's what works with our schedule, we'll do those. What I would say about those cruises are they're like absolutely party ships. Like the 4 and 5 night, like everybody can party. Like if you put your party hat and party pants on, you can go at it for 4 or 5 nights. But when you get to the 7, 8 or longer, you have some lull days there, which is nice because everybody needs a break, that's for sure. But we don't mind them. Like I said, if it's the only thing that works for us, the 4 or 5 nights we've done. We did the Sunshine, that was 3 nights or 4. Was it 4 nights? 4. I think it was 4.
That was a Thursday to a Monday.
But that was just because it was her birthday, and then it was the first cruise back after the restart out of Charleston, so it was cool. It was an awesome time to be honest.
So that's our home board.
But we are all for the longer the better, and we're getting longer and longer as you can see.
But minimum 7 days. I agree with that 100%. Yeah. Minimum 7 days.
Especially if it's your first time on the ship, like you said. Like you won't know where your cabin is until the last day in that case. So it's like, let's see.
We did the 6th day as our back-to-back, and we even said it then. 6th day was our first leg, and we're like, oh my gosh, that flew by. Could you imagine having to pack up and... No, it's not long enough.
Yeah.
It's not...
Let's see, so we are Blaine, that is very true. We're a bunch of vloggers, so we will definitely see. I'm hoping, I mean, we
read it.
Oh, yeah, I thought I did. I didn't. I'm sorry.
No, you never.
Blaine said that we're a bunch of vloggers, so we'll get to see these people again more than likely. And and I hope so. We've only met Arc Adventure so far, I think.
We met Coach Cruise.
Oh, and Coach Cruise, which by the way, Coach Cruise sent us some gear. I wore mine the other night, otherwise I'd be wearing mine too, but we're going to send him some of our gear. We just got our merchandise up, so if you guys on here that have merchandise. If you guys want to like trade or however you want to do it, would be totally down to like watch video or do videos in it. Obviously, we'll bring it on vacation and stuff like that. But I'm totally about like sharing gear and all that. That would be awesome. But this is Coach Cruz. We met Brad on the Horizon last year. Really good guy, great channel as well. So if you don't know him, he is going to be on the Mardi Gras tomorrow, or is it the?
Or is it next week?
It's the Vista or the Mardi Gras, but it's tomorrow. But anyway, let's see.
Yeah,
Oh, I see it. Sorry. One of these days I'm gonna get good at this comment section, but I keep like flipping through really quickly. Question: have you cruised Princess, and what are your thoughts if you have? We have not, and we are down to. I mean, it's a Carnival Corporation cruise line, so we are absolutely down. Michelle is trying to get her loyalty points up so she can hit her status before we move on to other cruises. I've already tried to see if we could explore a little bit, but it's not going to happen until she does.
Until we're the same level.
Yeah.
Nope.
But I'm totally down to do Princess.
Almost there.
Yeah.
Almost.
Close.
Next year. And a whole full year of cruising at least.
It's funny, like, honestly, the loyalty thing means really nothing.
I wouldn't care just because you.
It's funny.
He likes to pick on me. But hey, I'm doing pretty. I mean, I met you on my first cruise. I'm doing pretty good, I think.
I mean, obviously, you met me, right? Who wouldn't want me? I'm just kidding. I suck. We got together. Let's see. Continue some stuff. Okay, so Jamie said Mardi Gras for Coach Cruz back to back. That's how I learned about y'all. Oh, awesome! That's great to see. Yeah, he's a terrific guy. We wish we got to like know him a little bit more when we were on the Horizon, but daycare was still closed at the time, and he was doing bar crawls. He was making us so jealous because he was doing bar crawls and
they were always at Rhett's nap time. That was the kicker because we're like, hey, we'll still go. I mean, it's a restaurant crawl if you got a 4-year-old. Like that's all you tell him. He could get cherries or something at each different one.
Yeah.
But every time, I think he did it twice on our sailing, and they were always right middle of his nap time. So we didn't get to partake. But they looked like they were having a great time.
Oh, it looked
like they were having a blast.
Time.
We wanted it.
But I'll tell you what, Rhett can sleep through anything. Like the deal with Rhett is like he needs to nap during the middle of the day, so that way like he can hang out a little bit later. Usually his bedtime's like 7:30, 8 o'clock, but on cruises it's like obviously
it is
later. Yeah. But we have to put him down for a nap, otherwise he's either gonna sleep like while we're out and about, or he's just exhausted. But if he naps, he gets an ice cream cone when he wakes up, so he wants to nap typically at some point during the day. But we'll be on the Lido deck hanging out and like listening to the live music, the steel drums or the single guitarist or whatnot, and they'll be ringing the bells at the bars and everything, people dancing, yelling, and he is just passed out. So that kid can sleep through anything.
He's up and swimming and doing stuff all day, and then he's got his stroller. We got a little fan that clips onto it. He's got
We've got it down pat. This cruise coming up will be his 11th and 12th cruise, and we have it down to a science now with him. He, like she said, we have a fan, we got his stroller, like we know the times, like we're on it. So this Alaska cruise is gonna be weird with him though, because it's just gonna be very different.
He'll still swim, but
so the Miracle has like the, what is it called, the
retractable? Thank
you. Retractable roof. So we'll be able to have him enjoy the pool, a little bit more. Can you talk for a second? I have a hiccup or something in my throat.
But I think, camp will be open on this one, so I'm hoping camp, I don't know if it'll be the weird hours again. He'll still be tired out, like he'll still have
Yeah, I just
Worst
hope.
case, we tell him he has to go in his bed, and we have the aft balcony on this one, so
Yeah.
we might even use that where.
I just hope there's like a couple other kids, cause.
I think there'll be a couple. I don't think there'll be a lot. There might not be any his age. I haven't seen anything in the groups where there are kids his age, but he likes to talk to grown-ups too, though, because, and we've talked about this, because we don't. He cruises, that's what he does. So grown-ups appreciate what he has to talk about. Where he says to kids, they're like, I went to camp today and played soccer, and he's like, I went on a cruise, and the kid's like, okay. And the grown-up's like, did you really? And like even Alaska, he's like, I'm going to Alaska, and people look at us and like, really? And we're like, yeah. So it's he will talk. I'm sure he'll talk to all the grown-ups on that ship.
He talks to everyone. Like, it's bad. We were like, you know how people tell kids all the time, like, don't take candy from strangers, don't do this, don't do that. Like, people wouldn't even have to offer him candy. They would just be like, hey, do you want to come in this creepy van? He'd be like, okay. Does it have a steering wheel? Tell me about the brakes. What does this do? Like, 1,000%, that would be our kid. And we try to tell him, like, literally daily, like, there are certain people in this world that are awful. Like,
stranger danger from
yeah,
concept.
but this kid, I mean, he's awesome, but gosh, he will talk
it's a great
to
thing.
anyone.
It's terrifying thing as a parent. You just gotta watch him. You just gotta.
Yeah. So our eyes are on him all the time. But I mean, he knows the ships better than we do, especially on the Mardi Gras. Like, obviously, we know where our cabins are. We know where the numbers in, and we know, obviously port and starboard. But I don't know until I get off an elevator and like either see a venue or see,
odd or even.
Odd or even, because then I know exactly where we are. But like. We got it on video. There were times where he would literally just hop off the elevator, go whatever way, and lead us right to the room. And it happened every single time. It was insane. I just don't even know how it happened. But let's see. I was like that when I was young until about 7. Then I was suddenly shy. He gets that way with now kids though, which is kind of interesting.
It's because kids aren't as interested in what he has to say. I really think that's what it is.
Like you said, like everybody, especially in this area, is like about fishing, hunting, surfing, ocean, this, that, like, and he's like, I was on the Mardi Gras, and they're like, what's that?
Yeah, they don't, and it's...
So it's fine, though. Let's see. We've got a couple minutes. I didn't get through any questions, but that's okay. We'll do one last question. We want to respect anybody else's time afterwards. I don't know exactly who's on. If somebody knows who's on, let me know, and I'll tell everybody else. And we'd actually be interested in joining that live as well. Let's do the blue iguana or red frog rum bar. If you had to choose a side, which side would you stand on? I know your answer.
Oh, 100%. Red frog.
Yeah. So I would say red frog too.
I don't like tequila,
but
so.
I like blue. I like blue iguana better. But because of things that happened earlier in my life, I do not like tequila at all.
I just don't like tequila.
Whatsoever. However, every now and then I'll have, what is it, the Rocks tequila that just came out with.
Oh.
I'll have like a little, I buy it for clients every now and then. It's like the Terramana, I think it is. It's like the.
I don't like tequila.
Yeah, it's okay. If I'm in Cozumel though, like for our wedding for instance, when they had that real sweet tequila, that was really good.
That was a different life.
But honestly, that was the last time I drank tequila like crazy, so.
Back in the day, I didn't like it, but that was a different life.
Yeah.
That was a different life.
That was life without kids, where you had to wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
You didn't have a choice.
You could wake up the next day, though, and feel like you could run a marathon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I could literally, like, when we met 15 years ago, I could literally drink all day long, go to bed at 4 a.m., and wake up at 9 and do it all over again. And, like, nothing, it wouldn't affect me at all. Now, if I did that, I'd have to be in bed with a bucket for
like
literally a day and a half.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane how things change, but let me scroll up a little bit. Yeah, Amanda thinks your dog looks like one of the little rascals.
Oh,
She does. She's actually our foster dog. She's super awesome though. She's really sweet. She's very shy though, and she's very scared of guys. Hi, Bobby Gold. She actually was terrified of me, which I know I'm very terrified. But she was terrified of me for like a week, and then now she's obsessed with me. But
she's sweet as can be.
let's see. I agree. Oh, okay, so we got Red Frog from Meg, Jim B, Red Frog. Oh, have luggage will travel, Blue Iguana. Moonlight, Red Frog. Blaine, tequila makes your clothes fall off. Felt like busting out in song. Absolutely, it really does. Like, you just get hot drinking tequila, and like you just want to remove some clothing and maybe jump in a pool and or a river or a pool. You remember? Yeah, we won't get that anyway. When I dove into the pool, yeah. I didn't take my clothes off. I would have rather took my clothes off.
It was like this, yeah.
Red Frog all day. Only one with good beers. Oh, thank you for fostering. Meg says we actually we love it. I don't know. You might know we lost our 2 dogs last year, pretty much the same time, and it was like insanely difficult. But it was even harder too because we didn't have any like paws hitting the floor and like
the house was too quiet.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
But we knew we weren't ready to get another dog, and like this is the best of both worlds because now we felt this. She's our 4th.
She's our 4th, and we've had her for 8 months. She's the longest we've had a dog.
Yeah. But we love her. She's cutie. She's stubborn though.
You are.
She gets so uncomfortable.
You're sweet.
Yeah, that's why I removed my clothing. Yeah, it's oh my gosh, tequila is no bueno. I can't do Jaeger either anymore. That was like a drink back then. Where like and you remember Southern Comfort, like the SoCo and lime shots. That was like Fireball today. Or I don't even know what the cool kids are drinking. Like, what are the new generation? Is it still Fireball, or have they moved on to something else? I'm sure there is something else. I don't want to know, honestly, because I don't want to have it. But, alright, so we are at 9 o'clock. I don't know who else is on. If you know who else is on, let us know. We're going to go on the YouTube cruise and see if there's any lives on. If there is, we will see you guys there. We had a really fun time. Hopefully you guys did too. We're going to try to be back every Friday at 8. I don't know if Little Man's going to be able to join us this late. Maybe once in a while. Yeah. Tonight, definitely not. But
maybe next week I will bring him to the beach and the pool.
Yeah. if he is on though, it's only going to be like for 10 or 15 minutes.
He'll pop in and out if we can keep him up. Because
he's got to get to bed, and otherwise the next day he'll be exhausted again. But we loved hanging out with you guys. Hopefully, we'll see you guys in your lives in our next video. We just love interacting with everybody, meeting new cruise channels, meeting new people. Hopefully we can see other cruise channels. Again, we've only seen 2 other channels thus far, but we just started doing this about 10, 11 months ago, so we're kind of new at it too. So we're working through some different kinks, and I'm horrible at editing and all of this, so learning on the go is more our style. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. Hopefully we'll see you here shortly if there's another YouTube live, and we'll chat some more. But have a great night, everyone.